Hello everyone, welcome back, Severtus here, coming back with part 6 of What If Deku Had a Race. Now, where we last left off, Izuku were in Hoso City, fighting against with the fox, with the help of, her Toga and Eraserhead. And after he managed to capture the fox, Eraserhead told him and Toga to go to the agency to take some rest, but in the way they start hearing screams and Nomus start to appear as Toga were going after the Nomus and Izuku was running after another sound, which is the sound of Ida screams. And he meet with Stain, and after defeating Stain with the help of Todoroki, they got into the hospital and take some, bandages. Izuku had a scar on his right side on his right eye because the fox noticed that Izuku quirk is activated by the look of his eye, so he decided to make him blind, but he managed just to scratch his right eye from up to down. And after that, Izuku and Toga decided to just leave for the end of the day, and Toga told Izuku that her parents are not in the home for tonight, so Izuku told her, how about I introduce you to my mother? She were asking me about you lately and things like that. So Toga meet with, Inko, and after everything done, we got into the morning. Izuku was sleeping on the couch where Toga were sleeping in his bed in the night. But in the middle of the night, Toga was wake up as she going to the kitchen to take a glass of water, and after she drank it, she goes back to sleep again. And now we cut into the morning. Izuku waking up as he said, new day in UA, as he tried to come up, but he feels something heavy on his chest as he said, what the? As he see Toga sleeping on top of him, as he blushes heavily as he said, Toga, what are you doing here? As Toga wakes up, as she look in front of her seeing Izuku, as she blushes, I said, I don't know. Why am I here? I'm sorry. As Inko wakes up, as she said, good morning, Izuku. As she looking at Toga, and Izuku, as she said, oh, so you were, as Izuku said, it's not what it looked like. I was sleeping and suddenly find Toga on top of me. As Toga said, I was just wake up in the middle of the night to drink a glass of water, but I didn't see where I'm going. As Inko smiled, saying, okay, kids. Let me just make you some breakfast, and it's okay to tell me the truth. I will gonna support you, Izuku. I will support you, of course, Izuku. Don't worry. As Izuku said, Mom, it's really not like that. As Inko said, yeah, it sure is not. Okay, come here. And after that, Izuku and Toga eat breakfast with Inko as they leave. As Izuku on the way into UA, he said, well, can I ask you why you were on top of me? As Toga blushes, saying, I was just wake up in the middle of the night and get up to take a glass of water, and I thought that I get back in your room, but I don't know why I was on top of you. As she looking down, hiding her face in her hands, as Izuku said, well, whatever. It's new day at UA, and I will gonna just act like I didn't see a thing, and I was like there is a rock on top of me or something, so Whatever, as Toga said, okay, let us just never talk about that. Toga and Hermione saying, I was sleeping on top of him? Mm, but to be honest, he's so muscular. As she shake this thought out of her head, and Izuku and Toga finally get into UA, and Izuku take down his goggles, putting it around his neck as Kirishima and Uraka seeing this. Kirishima said, Yo, Izubro, what's happened to your right eye? As Izuku said, Oh, you mean this? It's scar I got from a villain attack uh, last night in, the city was called, I forgot the city name. Last night when I was fighting the fox in Hoso City, as Kirishima said, Yo, it's look very manly on you. As Uraka said, Are you okay? I mean, what's happened that night? As Izuku telling them about what happened last night, as Kirishima said, Yo, you fight it. You fighted the fox and the hero killer in the same night. That's so great of you, Izuku. As Izuku said, Yeah, thank you. And after that, Aizawa came through the door saying, Well, student, first of all, shut the hell up. And second of all, we are today gonna go to the summer training camp. Understand? As everyone getting excited. And Aizawa said, Don't think that I will just gonna go easy on you. It's not a vacation. It's a train so I can make sure that all of your quirks are in their full potential. As after that, Toga said, Well, why don't we prepare before we go there? As Mina said, Yeah, how about we all go to the mall together and buy some things? Tomorrow, as everyone agreed, as Izuku said, Well, that was a great idea from you, Toga. As Toga said, Yeah, thank you. And after that, Izuku got a call from All Might as he opened the phone saying, Let me guess, you want me to go to Tartarus, right? As All Might said, Well, I was about to say that if you are having something important, then you can not come if you didn't want, young Midoriya. As Izuku said, No, I have nothing to do. As Okay, I'm gonna come. As Izuku come back to the class saying, Mr. Aizawa, All Might want me to go to Tartarus. For, as Aizawa said, I understand, Midoriya, you can leave. As after that, Izuku leave the school and go to Tartarus. The, him, the warden welcome him saying, Midoriya, come here. Well, the last time that you came here, it was very great from you. That villain, Gold King, was really annoying, and he was buying a lots of weapons and sell them and things like that. So we are thankful to you. As Izuku said, anything for the society, Mister. Uh, anything for the society and the. If I can just make this world a lot better, I will gonna do whatever I can. As the the warden said, huh, well, look at you talking very big. I like that. As right now, Izuku and the warden walking, around the cells, as all of people in the cells are know about Izuku, as they all just saying, get out of here, warden. We are sorry, just get him out of here. As Izuku looking left and right with his red eyes. The people inside, the inmates are scared their quirk are being deleted. And after that, the warden said, Okay, Midoriya, can you stop doing this? I mean, to be honest, I really like your style, and I forgot. Congratulations on winning the sport festival. Just like I said to you, I was gonna cheer for you there, as Izuku said, well, thank you. And after that, Izuku got into the room where All Might and Midnight there are, because Midnight are there just to make sure if Izuku look back, he will gonna immediately close his eyes by, sleeping. And All Might is just there because it's All Might. As All Might said, well, young Midoriya, welcome. As Izuku said, oh, hello, All Might. Well, who do you want me to date to erase their quirks? As the warden said, well, the last night when we want you to delete the fox quirk, the villains that attack you and Mr. Aizawa and Toga last night, and two other villains. They are dangerous. Two of them are very dangerous. One of them, it's someone with the just like Mount Lady, he can increase his size, and other one have a quirk that's called compress. He can make anything compress and get very small, too much, making people turn their. It's not Mr. Compress. It's someone like crush things by one touch. As Izuku said, well then I will gonna try, but I don't really know if it will gonna work on three people one time. I was really need so much energy just to delete one. As the warden said, well, anyway, Mr. Midoriya, come here. As Izuku got into the room, as he see the two people, the one with the increased size quirk and the other one with the ability to make people get so small and compress them, and in the middle he see the guy with the silver hair, as he said, well, would you look at that? The kid himself has come back here. Well, kid, can you tell me why these two idiots are shaking in fear? They were just telling me about someone that can delete quirks, and I think immediately about you, but they telling me that you can delete quirks forever, huh? Well, that's OP, you know. I think you not even deserve to be living in this world. Your power is too much. As Izuku said, shut up. As after that, the warden said, well, once he done from you, Fox, you are will be nothing but a, another another quirkless person that with a lots of crimes in his name. As Fox said, yeah, whatever. Just do it already. As and the warden with All Might and Midnight leave the room and the lights turn off. Just the three lights above all of the three people on the cells to make Izuku able to see them, and the rest is just dark. Izuku had taken his hoodie off and then his goggles put it around his neck as the two people saying, please, please, leave us. We are swear to not do any crimes again. Just leave us. As Fox said, oh, shut up, you two. Just let him do what he do. I don't care. As Izuku closes his red eyes and then open it up, revealing them full red, and he starts crying blood as he look at the right person, the one with the big size quirk. His as the guy with the increased size quirk, his size is bigger than normal person. So when Izuku looked at him, he came back into a normal human size, and he said, "No, no, my quirk, you brat, no!" As Izuku looked at the one on the left of the fox, as the other one starts screaming, saying, "No, no, please, don't look at me!" As Izuku continued looking at him with his full red eyes and how he crying blood. And the warden, Midnight, and All Might are watching this, of course. And in the end, it's finally being only the fox, as Izuku looking at him as, his Ben. Ben said, well, Would you look at that? Do it already, kid. As Izuku looking at him, and after a little bit of while, Izuku closing his eyes and stop bleeding from his eyes, and his eyes come back to normal. And after that, he fall on his back. As Ben said, "Are you good, kid? I'm sure it's that take a lots of you." And after that, the warden, make the lights come up. As before he tried to do a test about the people quirk there, Ben started to disintegrate from his legs, turn into dust. As Ben said, "What? What?" As Izuku looking at this, as he said, "Warden, what's happened to him?" As the warden said, "I don't know, but something wrong with him." As Ben looking at his legs, as they start disintegrate, as he smile and start crying, as he said, "You actually did it. You actually did it." As Izuku said, "Did I did this? Did did I?" As Ben said, "Don't worry, kid. Thank you." As Izuku surprised, saying, "Thank you." As Ben said, "Thank you for what you did. My quirk is called immortality. It's not just regeneration. I was alive from 1,000 of years, and I could never die. I've been cursed on living forever in this world. Even lost people that I love, and my oldest friend. But because of you, now I can finally rest. So, thank you." As he smiled, and after that his whole body turned into dust. All Might and Midnight and the warden looking at this. The other two the other two inmates saying, the kid has killed him! This kid has killed this person! Why are you keeping him here if he's also a murderer just like us?" As Izuku just surprised while he on the ground saying in his mind, I killed someone. I killed someone?" As All Might get him from the back saying, Young Midoriya, stop. I know what you're thinking about. But don't worry. We didn't know that he will gonna die if he lost his quirk. I'm sorry, young Midoriya, that I had to make you go through this, but don't worry. You are still gonna go to UA, even if this happened. I know it might be hard, but take a couple of days off. And I'm sorry for get you here to Tartarus this day. If it wasn't for me, maybe you wasn't gonna do it. As Izuku cheering up a little bit, saying, I, 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 I killed someone." As All Might said, "Don't worry, young Midoriya. I know it might be hard, but don't worry." As after that, Midnight using her quirk on Izuku to make him rest a little bit, and after that, All Might take Izuku back to his house, as he said to Miss Inko, "Yeah, Miss Inko." As Inko surprised seeing All Might, as All Might said, "Oh, please, don't worry. Your son is okay. It's just unconscious, so I get him here so he can take a little bit of rest." As Inko said, "Thank you, Mr. All Might." And All Might said, "Well then, I'm leaving." And after that, All Might leave, and Izuku wakes up. And after that, in the next day, Izuku and Class 1A get prepared to go, to the mall. Izuku wearing his goggles, but he doesn't wear a hoodie jacket. He's just wearing a t-shirt with no sleeve and black pants and black shoes. As Mina said, "Well, everyone go to their shops and take whatever they need. And when you're done, let's meet here again." As everyone knows, as her Uraka was about to ask Izuku to go with him to help him choose some things, but Toga come first and said, "Izuku, can you come with me to help me choose some knives because I don't really not the best at choosing them. As Izuku said, sure, Toga. Okay, let's go. As uh, Uraka watching this, she getting a little bit sad as she go to Mina, and she said, Mina. As Mina said, oh yes, Uraka. Why are you looking sad? As Uraka said, well, I want to talk about something. As Mina said, okay, just tell me. We are friends in the end. And after that, she told her about uh, how she was always feeling defeated and how when she was seeing Toga with Izuku, she were just getting sad. As Mina said, "Oh, so you like Izuku?" As Uraka blushes as she said, As Mina said, "I'm sorry, Uraka, but you have to face the truth that Toga has already got with Izuku." As Uraka said, "But I know, but it's just I feel defeated and I don't know where to go." As in Mina said, "Well, why didn't you tell him how you feel? Because if Toga told him first, then you are done. You won't gonna get another chance. So get him first, and then you will be able to keep him with you." As Uraka said, "But what if he refused?" As Mina said, "I'm sure he won't refuse. Come on, Uraka, just go." As Mina continues saying, "But not today. Try doing it in you know, the training camp." As Uraka said, "Thank you, Mina. Well, I'm gonna leave to take some things." As Mina said, "Sure thing, Uraka. And remember, don't get scared. Just tell him how you feel, and I'm sure he won't refuse." And after that, we cut into Izuku and Toga right now in a knife shop. As Toga looking around saying, "Wow, there's a lots of knives. Are you here usually come to buy your knives?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, it's my favorite place. He have all the kind of knives that I would ever dream of." As he go to the person that on the cashier or whatever. I don't even know if I said it right, cashier. The person that normally said to sell you things. As he said, "Well, well, well, look who's here. The dead eye himself, Midoriya. Well, how can I serve you today?" As Izuku said, "Hey Jeff, what kind of new knives did you have today?" As Jeff said, "Well, we have a couple of new knives. Come with me to show you them." As Jeff take Izuku and Toga to choose knives. As Jeff said, "Well, there's the new knives, the big, the small, the beautiful, all the kind of that you want." As Toga looking at this, as she said, "Wow, there's a lots of knives. How can I choose?" As Jeff said, "Oh, so you are here to buy your little girlfriend a new knives, huh?" As Izuku said, she's not my girlfriend. My girlfriend. She just love knives, so I told her about your store." As Toga blushes a little bit, saying, yeah, he's right." As Jeff looking at her, saying, mumbling to her ears, "I know what you feel, little girl. Just tell him about your feelings. Midoriya is a nice guy. He won't refuse you." As we Toga, before she say anything, Jeff said, "Well, what do you choose, Midoriya?" As Izuku said, "That one." As he point on a very sharp knife. As Jeff said, "Ooh, this. You know, this is a very special one. This knife can, uh, you know, wait a second, guys." As Jeff continues saying, this knife is made out of a special metal that it will need a very strong degrees of fire to at least start melting it, and it's very sharp, and she can cut maybe even a very small things like hair." As Jeff take a little bit of his hair and move the knife on it, as the haircut, as Izuku said, whoa. Well, I'm gonna take this, as Jeff said, good. As Izuku takes the knives and he starts spanning it around, making moves and things like that. As Toga said, isn't that dangerous? As Izuku said, well, it's dangerous for someone that he not very, someone new with knives. As Izuku put the knife in, the little thing, as he said, here. As Toga said, what? As Izuku said, here, it's yours. You know, it's just a little gift. As Toga said, well, thank you, but don't you want it? I mean, it's so good. As Izuku said, no, you take it. I have more knives in my house. As Toga take it, as she said, thank you. And after that, as Toga's, they are right now walking in the mall. As Toga said, well, Izuku, I'm gonna go into the bathroom. Can you wait for me here? As Izuku sat on the bench, as he said, yeah, sure, just go. I will gonna wait here. As Izuku just wait, sitting on the bench, putting, putting his goggles on his forehead and just looking at the ceiling. And after that, he feel something touching his neck. As before he spin around, the guy said, if you try to look at me, I will just gonna disintegrate your neck, understand? As Izuku stopped, as the guy said, well, hello there, Izuku. As Izuku said, who are you? As the guy said, oh, don't you remember me? I'm your old friend, Shigaraki, the one that you deleted his quirk. As Izuku said, then if I deleted your quirk, you are now quirkless, huh? As Shigaraki said, well, I was before my master gave me a new quirk. As Izuku said, gave you a new quirk? What do you mean by that? As Shigaraki said, you will know very soon, but my master is fascinating with you, you know? He's just talking about you all the day and night, thinking how you are all gonna be a great part in the League of Villains, how you can easily just make All Might a little, you know, a little pile of blood and flesh on the ground, and how easy can you just kill him? And I really hate it. The way that he talking about you, he start even mumbling to himself to give you a couple of quirks to make you just join us. It's just making me feel disgusting of you. As Izuku in his mind saying, is he really jealous of me? As Shigaraki said, I really hate you. First of all, you deleted my quirk, and second of all, my master is just happy because you are existed. It's just disgust me. As he was about to put his, 5 fingers on Izuku's neck, as Toga come saying, Izuku, we can go. As before Shigaraki continue, he put his hand on, Izuku's shoulder, as he said, oh, so this is one of your classmates, right, Izuku? As Toga said, who is this? As Izuku said, just an old friend, don't worry. As Shigaraki whispered in his ears, our little talk didn't end right now, Midoriya. I'm still gonna get you. So don't lower your defense anymore. As he leave, and Izuku tried to look at him, but Shigaraki said into his ear one last time, if you try to look at me, I will gonna kill someone. Understand? As Izuku just sit down with Toga, as after that Izuku told Toga about Shigaraki and everything. The police came, but they didn't find Shigaraki. As Izuku go to All Might saying, All Might? As Izuku said, yes, young Midoriya? What is it? I know what's happened with you with Shigaraki, but is there something you want to tell me? As Izuku said, yeah, Shigaraki. He said that he got a new quirk, as All Might eyes whiting saying, a new quirk? Didn't you delete it in that USJ attack? As Izuku said, yeah, but he said that he have a new quirk. His master gave him one. Do you know anything about that? As All Might surprised as he said, don't worry about this, young Midoriya. I will gonna tell you about anything later, but right now, go to your, you know, the the training camp. Don't worry about anything. As Izuku said, okay. And after that, Izuku and Class 1A go to, this the training camp. Toga sitting by his side as always. Yeah, I mean, as always. And after that, Eraserhead stopping the bus saying, well, student, get down. And after that, Izuku would get down with everyone, as right now Izuku just putting his goggles on his neck. As Izuku said, well, what are we gonna do and why are we stopped here? As Aizawa said, do you see that? As they look in front of them, Aizawa continues saying, that's the camp that we are gonna go to. But you are gonna go on your feet from now. As Mina said, what? And after that, the pussycats jump from nowhere as Pixie Bob, I believe her name, the blue one, as she said, yeah, and we are gonna make sure that you are gonna go there. As she tried to put her hand on the ground, but her quirk erased as she said, what? As Izuku looking at her saying, well, if you want us to go down there, you can just ask us, not just trying to use your quirk to throw us into the ground. As she see his red eyes as she looked back at Eraserhead as she said, Aizawa, didn't tell me that you have a son? As Aizawa getting angry and his eyes and hair start flying, his eyes turn red and his hair starts, levitating as he said, for the last fucking time, Izuku Midoriya is not my son. As Pixie Bob getting a little bit scared as he said, okay there. As Eraserhead said, and you, just jump down already. As everyone jumped because they are so scared. After that, Aizawa calmed down a little bit saying, I'm sorry, but I'm really get bored of everyone telling me that Midoriya is my son. And Pixie Bob understand that as she said, well, oh, alright, let's just continue. As after that, she started using, her quirk to make those big, giant, ugly things, golems, as Izuku right now with everyone on the ground, as he said, well, everyone, looks like we are gonna continue on feats. As Todoroki said, what's the plan? As everyone looking at Izuku, as Izuku said, are you seriously gonna ask me for a plan? As Mina, do you know her? No, not Mina, that the other one, what was her? Furubi, yes. Or Tsu said, well, you are the strongest person in our class, so it's just understandable that we are gonna ask you for a plan. As Bakugo said, he's the strongest person, kiss my ass if he can beat me. As Izuku said, yeah, whatever. Okay, everyone, the plan is simple. Run for your life. As Izuku starts jumping on the trees, and everyone said, wait, are you gonna really leave us like this? As Izuku just continued jumping, and Toga jumped behind him on the trees because she learned from Mr. Aizawa and from Izuku, the ability to jump like a ninja from Naruto or something like that. As they start jumping, Izuku tried to use his quirk on the golems, but those are not really, people, so he can't delete their quirks. He need to delete how can I say it, the core of them, which is Pixie Bob, and she are so far away from him, as he just dodging some golems and just finally got into the training camp with a half hour, while the others are just after 1 hour. Everyone come. Izuku and Izuku right now is just sitting on a bench out, waiting for everyone. As he said, "Oh, hello everyone." As everyone sitting, you just left us there. Why did you did this? As Izuku said, well, I told you the plan. Run for your life. Isn't that what you asked me? As everyone getting a little bit annoyed, as Toga said, in the next time, I'm gonna be faster than you. As Izuku said, in your dreams, you won't ever gonna beat my speed. As Toga said, yeah, just talk like that, delete face. And after that, the four, pussycats come in front of everyone and start to tell them about the training camp, and they were gonna make them only the food for tonight, and they will need to make their own food in the future. As Izuku looking behind them, seeing a little kid with a black hair and red hat with a yellow two horns, as he go to, say hello. As he said, hello, what's your name? My name is Midoriya. As the kid tried to hit Izuku between his legs, Izuku dodging the punch and said, it's not really nice to try hit someone there. As the kid said, whatever. As he leaves, and Toga come to Izuku saying, what's the wrong with him? As Izuku said, I don't really know. And after that, everyone got into, the hot springs, the place where everyone just chilling. As Izuku right now are sitting in the hot springs, his head, his head is up, closing his eyes, just enjoying the heat. As he said, this is now relaxing. As Mineta looking at the wall, saying, ooh, I really wonder what's behind this wall. As Ida said, Mineta, don't even try to look behind this wall. As Mineta said, you can't stop me. The walls are existed to climb it. Don't you know? As he started climbing the wall, and before he was able to see what's behind the wall, suddenly his, uh, purple balls stop, being so sticky, as he starts falling and then fall on the face of Ida. As everyone looks at Izuku right now, his opening, just his right eye was looking at, you know, opening his right eye looking at Mineta. As Izuku said, let's see how you're gonna try to do that when I'm here. As he closed his eyes again and just enjoy the heat of the water. And after that, everyone start eating their food. Izuku asking, where is me, Kota? As a, the one with the red pussycat. What she was her name again? Mandalay, yes. She said, well, he usually sitting on the top of a cliff. I don't know why he always doing this. As Izuku said, I'm gonna see where he is. As Izuku leave and go to the top of the mountain, as he see Kota there. As Kota said, why are you here? As Izuku said, well, I come to get you some food and to talk with you a little bit. As Kota said, leave me, I don't want to talk with someone like you. As Izuku said, what is it wrong with you? I know that is might be hard to talk with people, but it's not really nice to talk with me like that. As Kota said, I don't care, just leave me. I don't want to talk with people that want to be stupid heroes like you. As Izuku said, so that's your point, you hate heroes. Well, may I ask you, why are you hating heroes? As Kota just putting his head between his arms and said, it's nothing from your business, just leave me. As Izuku leave the food beside Toga, as he said, Look, Toga, your look in your eyes. I know them. It's the look of someone that he lost a very precious thing on his heart. Isn't that right? As Kota surprised and looked at Izuku, tearing a little bit up. As Izuku said, see? I know it. You are lost something precious on your heart, but don't worry. I won't ask you if that annoyed you a lot. Everyone have their secrets and everyone have their pain. And I understand you, but when you are ready to talk, I'll be here to understand what you want to say, and I'll make sure to help you if I can. As he smiled at Kota, Kota looking at this, and before he said anything, Izuku said, "Well, enjoy your meal, and see you around, Kota." As he leave, Kota is surprised about this, and everyone's in the next started, you know, the Saitama training. heck no, they are not even training. Their training is not even compared to Saitama or whatever. As everyone start training, Toga train, you know, to start to be able to mimic the quirks, because Aizawa told her if she can mimic the people bodies, you know, copy their bodies, why can't she copy their quirks by the amount of blood that she drank? As she training like this, Izuku training to, you know, the scarf, the fighting abilities, and you know that we are training with the guy Tiger, I believe his name, that we are training. How I don't even know what he was doing in the actual canon, and the the actual the actual enemy, what that weird move that he was doing. Anyways, well, after everyone done from training in the night, that one Ragdoll, yes, tell everyone that they are gonna start a training, you know, a test of courage. As everyone gets ready, and Izuku, before he got alone, Uraka was wanted to go with him, but Toga was faster than her. As she said, Izuku, do you want to go together? As Izuku said, okay. And Uraka just goes back a little bit, as Mina said, come on, Uraka, are you really gonna let her take him? As Uraka said, I don't know, it's just she's so happy and so brave, I just don't know how to talk with him. As Mina said, okay, let's just go. As they leave, Izuku right now with Toga, people try, you know, Class 1B will gonna try to scare them, and Izuku and Toga move along. As Toga said, what do you think, how do you think they are gonna try to scare us? As Izuku said, I don't really know, but I'm ready to anything. As after that, Izuku looking at the ground, seeing a little head, as you know, the girl with the ability to make her body goes apart or whatever. I forgot her name, but I don't care. The girl with the green hair, not the frog one, the other one from class 1A, 1B. As he looking at the head, as Togar right now wrapping her arms around his right arm, as Izuku looking at the head, as he said, how interesting. As the head spin around, as he said, I'm gonna hunt your souls. As Izuku Toga getting a little bit scared, as Izuku make his eyes glow even redder and redder, as the head starts screaming, saying, sorry. As uh, after that, the girl from class 1B put her parts again together, as Izuku start laughing, saying, did she actually think that will gonna scare me? As Toga right now behind Izuku arm, as Izuku said, come on, Toga, don't be like this. As Toga said, how are you so brave? As Izuku said, come on, it's not how much I'm brave, it's just that I, you know, think logically, because it's impossible for a head to just randomly talk. as Toga said, okay. And after that, a couple of minutes go, we cut into the League of Villains, as Dabi said, well, everyone get ready because our target today is Izuku Midoriya, and we should take him alive, understand? As a guy with a white mask and a black, you know, clothes around his body, as he said, do whatever you want, I'm gonna go have some fun. As the guy leave, and Dabi said, whatever. Okay, Mustard, do your job. As Mustard start using, his smoke, as Izuku start smelling something in the air, as he said, Toga, there is something burning. As Toga said, what? As Izuku start jumping on the tree to see where that burn is coming from, as he see the forest burning, as Izuku said, there's villain attacking us, Toga. Go warn the others. I'm gonna help as much as possible of people. As Toga said, okay. And after that, Toga go to hell to warn people. She find first find Uraka and Fruppy, as Uraka said, oh, Toga, what are you doing here? As Toga screams saying, villains attack us! We need to warn everyone! As they start smelling some gas, and that gas of mustard, as they start putting their hands on their face and start walking around making sure not to smell anything, and gets help for other people, as Izuku jumping on the trees. He remember Kota, as he said, Kota, he must be in danger, as Kota still sitting on the top of the cliff, as he thinking to himself, when did he will gonna come back? I really want to at least tell him. Maybe he trying to become a hero, but how did he know? He's just thinking to himself how Izuku noticed what he was saying, and he think that Izuku actually saying the truth, because what with his smile wasn't a smile of someone just faking it. As Kota here steps from behind, as he said, oh, Medo. As before he continued, he's seeing a big guy with a black hoodie on his head and white mask, as the guy said, hey kid, you have a nice hat over there. Are you caring for a little bit of trade? They made me wear this stupid mask. I really hate it. As Kota gets a little bit scared, and the guy take his mask off and his hoodie, as he said, well, my name is Muscular. Who are you, kid? Well, at least I have a new toy to play with. As Muscular was about to throw a punch at Kota, but before that, something blitzed through the punch and get hold of Kota before he got hit. As Muscular said, ooh, that kid must died by now. As after the smoke clears, he looked down, he doesn't see Kota dead body. As he said, what? And he looked on the left side, saying, Izuku wearing his goggles and Kota between his hand. As Kota said, oh, Midoriya? As Izuku said, yeah, it's me. As he take his goggles and put it around his neck, he looking at Kota with the big smile, with the right scar on his eye. As Kota said, that guy. As Izuku said, what's the wrong with that guy? As Kota said, hey, he's Muscular, the person that killed my mother and father. As Izuku hearing this, he getting angry, as he understand why Kota was hating heroes. And after that, he said, is he really the person that killed your family? As Kota start crying, say, yes, he's the one that did this. As Muscular said, oh, so that the son of the two water hazard hero, right? Oh, they are took my left eye, because of them I lost it, so it's only fair that I kill their son. As Izuku hearing this, he looked dead into Muscular eyes, as Muscular tried to use his muscle fiber, but it didn't work, as he said, "What? Why isn't my muscle fiber working?" As Izuku laid Toga on the ground, as he said, not Toga, I mean Kota. Kota, stay behind me, okay? As Kota said, okay. As Izuku looking dead into Muscular eyes, as Muscular seeing his red eyes, saying, "Oh, so you are the kid that with the delete quirk. The League of Villains want you so bad, you know." As Muscular put his hands behind his back and press a little button, as he continues saying, "You know, you are so interesting. That weird guy Shigaraki wants you." As Izuku said, "Are you gonna talk or are you gonna start fighting?" As Muscular said, "I like you, kid. Well, even without my quirk, I'm still stronger than you." As he tried to throw a punch at Izuku, Izuku dodges it and kick Muscular in the face. Muscular get back a little bit, saying, "Ouch, kid. That was a strong kick of yours, but didn't end right now. I'm still gonna kill you." As he go to throw a punch at Izuku, Izuku dodges it and give him a punch in his stomach, and he want to give him another punch, but Muscular gets hold of his hand and throw him on the wall of the mountain. As Izuku Kota say, "Midoriya!" As Izuku stand up again and try to go for Muscular. Muscular goes for him and their fists collapse together. As he said, "So you are really strong, you know, kid. If only I had my quirk, you would be dead by now." He's smiling at Izuku. Izuku getting angry as he give a headbutt to Muscular. As Muscular come back a little bit, saying, "I really enjoyed killing this kid parents. They are worse, really idiots, thinking that they can just defeat me." As Izuku getting angry and angrier, as he hearing from behind Kota crying. As he looking at that, his eyes whiting as he just looking back, as Muscular saying, "You are funeral!" As his eyes full turn red and he start crying blood. As Muscular said, starts getting a little bit back, as Izuku was about to pushing him out of the cliff. But before that happened, a blue flame hit Izuku, sending him a little bit back. As Dabi said, Muscular, are you gonna just sit there or are you gonna fight?" As Muscular said, yeah, let's just take him. As Izuku stand up and not look at Kota. We don't want Kota to lose his quirk. As he said, "Kota, run away from here." As Kota said, but as Izuku screamed, saying, "Run away and take this." As he throw to him his goggles, and Kota get them and start running away. As Muscular said, "Hey, that kid, I want to kill him." As Dabi said, "Just forget about that child. Let's just get that idiot and get out of here." As Izuku just looking at Muscular, he doesn't care about Dabi. He wants Muscular dead by now. As he take two knives out of his, t-shirt, his jacket, and then go to slash Muscular. Dabi tried to throw fire, but Izuku dodging the fire and kick Dabi in the face, sending him into the wall, and then go to Muscular. Muscular tried to throw a punch, Izuku dodging this punch and cut off his Muscular right arm. As Muscular start screaming, saying, "Ah, my arm, you bastard!" As Izuku push Muscular into the ground and start stabbing him rapidly in his chest. As Muscular screaming in pain, saying, "Ah, my ah!" As Izuku laughing, saying, and Dabi just looking at this, he's horrifying, saying, "Oh my god, is that kid even trying to become a hero?" And after that, he throw another fire at Izuku, but Izuku just smiling and laughing rapidly with that big smile, and his eyes just crying blood, as he just just laughing, saying, Do you call this a heat? You know, the flames the flames that my father was shooting out of of his mouth were even hotter than yours. As he goes to kick Dobby in his face, but before that, Mr. Compress throw one of his, little balls in front of Izuku, making, the snap his fingers, and the ball turn into a big rock. Izuku kicked the rock as he feeling pain in his leg, saying, "Ouch! That really hurt. I was about to break my leg there." As Mr. Compressed looking at this, he said, "Does this kid are actually a hero?" As Dobby said, "I don't know, but let's just take him." As Izuku just laughing and crying blood. As after that, he said, "Oh, come on, are you gonna just take me like this?" Your guys is so funny. I already killed one of you, and I will gonna kill the rest. As he go to stab Mr. Compress, but before that, a very big knife come in front of Izuku. As this knife slash Izuku hand as he come behind, saying, "Ouch! Now this is okay. Who's this right now?" As he look up, seeing a guy with a big teeth and Moonfish. As Dobby said, "Moonfish, don't kill him." As Moonfish starts shooting his sword out of his mouth, Izuku start dodging it and jump on the knives. Dobby tried to throw fire, but Izuku just go right to throw it, start staying laughing, saying, "Didn't I already told you? Your fire is not even compared to my father flames." As he finally gets hold of Moonfish, as he make Moonfish fall on the ground and then stab him directly through his mouth and cut off his head, as he carry it and throw it as Dobby, as he said, "Well, who's next? I really excited right now. Your guys is really actually very funny." As Dobby is just starts shaking, saying, "How are you even a hero?" As Izuku said, "Oh, a hero? Yeah, don't care about it. I just want to have fun right now." As he jumped at Dobby, but before that, a purple kind of gas hit Izuku in his face. As Izuku fall on the ground and start coughing. "Who's that right now?" As he just looking behind, saying Mustard, as Mustard said, "Sheesh, for someone in my age I was expecting you to be more heroic." As Izuku said, "Oh, you cheater. We didn't agree on a sleeping gas." As Izuku fall on the ground, and twice finally came, as he said, "Oh my god, what's happened here? I like this kid work." As Dobby said, "God damn it. Why is this kid so crazy?" And Dobby looking around, seeing the dead body that of Muscular, as he said, what did happen to Muscular?" "Wow, I like his new style." As he looked around and seeing the chopped off head of Mr. or Moonfish, and Mr. Compress said, "Let's take him already. I'm scared of he will gonna get up, he will gonna just kill us." As Mr. Compress go to compress Izuku, and then Dobby called for Kuriguri to open a portal. And after that, they take Izuku away. No one got killed or hurt. Toga getting everyone into the camp, as she say, "Is everyone here?" As after that, she said, "Wait, where is Midoriya?" As she see Kota running from the forest, crying with Izuku goggles, as he said, Midoriya is fighting the villains." As Toga said, "The villains?" As Eraserhead and Blood King are hearing this. Aizawa said, Student, stay here. Wild, wild pussycat, protect the student if there is any other villains here. And me and Vlad King were gonna see what happened. And after that, Eraserhead and Mr. Vlad King goes Toga right now in the camp, wishing for Izuku to be okay. And after that, Eraserhead and finally Vlad King come into the scene as they see the lots of the dead body of Muscular with a lots of stabs in his body and the cut off head of Moonfish and his dead body and some slashes and fire and things. As Eraser has said, what the that was so brutal, who could do this? As after that he look on the ground as he see the knife of Izuku, as he said, wait, this is Midoriya's knife. As Vlad King said, well, what do you think has happened here? As Eraserhead said, I don't really know, but anyways, let's get this back to everyone and tell Nezu about what happened. And after that, they come back into the training camp, and Toga go to Eraserhead saying, where is Izuku? As Eraserhead giving her the knife saying, Midoriya has been kidnapped by the villains, as everyone are surprised by this. As Toga said, no, that can't be possible. He's supposed to be able to delete their quirks. As Eraserhead said, I don't really know, but we need to tell everyone about this. And after that, everyone go back to UA, and things happened. But we cut off into Izuku with the League of Villains, as right now the League of Villains are sitting by, Izuku's side, and Izuku right now on a chair. They put on his eyes a little, special goggles. He can see through them, but it's like a sunglasses. He can't use his quirk through it, as he said, my head, and why my lungs feel like I was laughing a lot. As after that, he wake up and look around saying, Dabi, Mr. Compressed, Mustard, Shigaraki, Kuriguri, twice, and the other one, what was his name? Spinner and Magnet. As Shigaraki said, so you're finally awake, huh? As Izuku said, Shigaraki, I should have known. So what's happened? Last thing I remember that I was fighting Muscular, and then did you kidnap me there? And where is he? As Dabi said, oh, thanks to you, he's dead. As Izuku said, what? What do you mean dead? As Mr. Compress said, you kid really are so crucial. What did you did to Muscular and Moonfish was just so horrible. How are you even trying to become a hero? As Izuku said, I don't really understand what are you saying, and I don't really care. As Shigaraki laughed, saying, so you don't remember, huh? It must be a little side effects, though. As Izuku said, what do you talk about, Shigaraki? Is this some trick of yours? Because I don't really understand a word of what you're saying. As he said, well, how about I show you? As Shigaraki turned on the TV and showing a little, photos of what Izuku has done, as Izuku looking at himself with full red eyes, crying blood, and he just laughing maniacally, stabbing into, Muscular chest and into his eyes and everything, and how he just cut off the head of, what he was called, Moonfish, as Izuku eyes whiting. As Dabi said, kid, to be honest, when Shigaraki first said that he want to get you here to make you join us, I didn't really think that you are gonna be so useful, but This? Oh, you changed my mind 100%. As Mustard said, seriously, I thought that you will be at least more heroic. Why are you even trying to become a hero if you are that much of a villain? As Shigaraki said. So, what do you think, Izuku? Are you gonna join us? As Izuku eyes just whiting, looking at the footage, he just doesn't hear a thing of anyone around him. As he looked down, and this is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me, how do you think this part has gone, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part? So, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.